In this video, we'll be talking about evaluating functions. So on the front flap, you have this function, f of x equals x plus 4, and it says when x equals 7. A word got cut off at the top. I want you to write it in, evaluate. So we need to talk real quick about what a function, well, we talked about what a function is, but we need to talk about the parts of this function. The f of x is the output. The x is the input, and the expression on the right-hand side is the function rule. So this function rule says that for every input, add 4 to get the output. Now right here, this f, it's not a variable. What that is the function name. So let's see how to evaluate these. On the inside, you have a function machine that looks kind of like this. And it's got an arrow here and an arrow here. So we need to evaluate the function f of x equals x plus 4 for the input value of 7. So 7 goes into our function here, and then inside we'll do the math. Now this side right here does not mean f times 7. This means my function name is f and I have 7 for the input. So don't confuse this with multiplication. This is a name. 7 was input into function name f. The only math we do with these functions is on the right-hand side to simplify to get our output. So on the right-hand side, we'll do 7 plus 4, and we get an output of 11. So the output came out as 11. So 7 went into our function, and the output was 11. And we would write it this way. It could also be written in table. Input is x, the output is f of that x value, so it could be written like this. It can also be written ordered pairs. So for the input of 7, the output is 11. So there's 3 different ways to list an input-output when you have a function. On the right-hand side, we have a big empty box. What we're going to do in this box is write the words that help us to evaluate the function. So we're going to say in words what we just did. So up here I'm going to remind us that we put 7 into the function and the output was 11. So in words, the first step is to input 7 into the function. We then evaluate the function rule by adding 4. The output is 11. Let's practice this for the next one. We have g of x equals 2x minus 5, and we want to evaluate when x equals 6. So if you open it up, you have your function machine. And our input is 6. So we put 6 into the function. And we evaluate the function rule, which is multiply by 2, then subtract 5. Multiply by 2, then subtract 5, and our output is 7. Now we want to go to the right-hand side and write the words. So up at the top, I'm going to remind us when we put 6 into the function, and the function name this time is g, the output was 7. So the first step is to input 6 into the function. We then evaluate the function rule by multiplying the input by 2 and subtracting 5. The output is 7. Now I want you to try the next 3, and we're going to go over them in class, but I'll give you a little bit of help. H of x equals negative 3x plus 7 for h of 0 means that 0 is our input. So you would input 0 into the function and then evaluate. And then the last one, n negative 2 given n of x equals negative x squared plus 6 means that negative 2 is our input. So we would have n of negative 2 equals negative of, and we have to put negative 2 in the parentheses, square it, and add 6. But notice that that negative still stays. So give these a try, make sure that you are writing your sentences, and we will go over these 3 examples in class. Thank you.